Hello YouTube. Today I'm going to talk to you about military satellite communications and this wonderful little surplus antenna that I got. Now, I was perusing the web and somebody had one of these for sale. And I'd heard people talk about them in the SWL forums and various places like, other ham radio forums and, shortwave listeners and whatnot, and the scanner communities and whatnot. And, there was plans on how to build your own antenna to pick this stuff up, but I found one surplus and figured I'd pick it up. It was cheap. It was about $300, and got it and figured I'd test it and see what it could do. This one works. It's in good shape. Basically, gives me something to play with. It's worth the $300 I spent on it. It gave me $300 worth of fun. Now, of course, you can't transmit on the bands that this antenna uses, but it's fun to listen to the communications. Fun to listen to the Brazilians on there, and that hijack the satellites. It's fun to listen to military communications. Sometimes you'll hear in the clear traffic, though most of the time it sounds like this. But anyway, it's a pretty fun antenna. Okay, I'm going to give you a quick show of how to set it up. Basically, this is what it comes folded down. Basically, you take the legs, pop them down like that. Of course, this one's old, used, and beat up, so things are kind of out of whack a little bit on it. It basically sits like that. Get it good and firm. Tighten your base, make sure that's level. Now what you want to do is take this ring right here, pick it up, and what these do, this will pop out and they'll lock into place. These are the actual antenna elements, the driver elements. You put this down, and this is the reflector. Now this one's kind of beat up, so apparently it was probably dropped at some point. But these won't come all the way out on that side. So as I put that down on the bottom, and you just pull these out, and it makes these all like out. This is your reflector. See, like this one's stuck, these two, but the rest of them come out. And usually I point it down with that at the bottom. And you want to angle this and tilt it so that you point at the satellite up in space. And here's a B and C jack at the back. I've got a little cable I made. It's got a BNC to go into the BNC jack, which in turn goes to a UHF connector that goes to an adapter that hooks into a BNC on my HT. And then I can turn that on. And I've got a signal. And what you can do is you can listen to the signal and turn the antenna to aim it to get it the strongest you can possibly can on your radio. And that's basically all there is to it, to aiming it. And takedown is basically the reverse. I gotta fix these at some point. The ones that are permanently pushed in all the way, they won't come out. So I wish it was in even better shape, but I'm lucky to have gotten it in this good a shape. No, because most of the good ones have already been taken. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video and a look at my new little toy. If I hear any interesting signals on it, and I get them recorded by chance or something, I'll pop them up on the channel. But, it's like anything. Our military is pretty protective of its communication, so you're probably not going to hear too much on the military bands. But it's always fun to listen to. Now, if you're interested in military communications and you actually want to hear something, you might try in the HF bands. There's something called HGCFS, which is the HF Global Communication System. HFGCS, yeah, that's how it's the acronym. And basically what that is that's communication between our major base ground stations and aircraft that are operating internationally. It's also known as the channel where they would communicate missile launch codes to, missile deployment codes to B-52 bombers and things like that. Though I suspect that they've gone on to other things to just keep the system in place as a backup. But you hear a lot of really interesting traffic on that, mostly refueling. You'll hear the occasional emergency action message, which is, most of them are simply training ones. They're not real. If there's an exercise, you hear them using it for training purposes and, simulation of whatever they're doing. But it's a fun place to listen. But anyway, hopefully this video has been useful to you. If you like it, subscribe, Leave us any questions you have in the comments, and I'll answer any questions you may have. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more, click subscribe. You can also click on the bell icon to receive notifications when we upload new videos. If you have questions or suggestions for new videos, please leave a comment down below. You can also consider supporting us on Patreon, or you can join us on our Discord server. The links will be in the description below.